Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Style. In this video series I talk about my favorite game of all time, Cosmic Encounter, and specifically I give you guys 5 alien powers that work together in an interesting way, whether it's affecting the same game mechanic or have some kind of a real world theme. In this case we have the latter with "and my friends too," that is to say powers that allow you to really reinforce and extensively gain a lot more power on the game board in some way, shape, or form. First and foremost, probably the most intense version of this is the Roach from Cosmic Storm. The way the Roach works is you literally have 2 separate colors. You have one color that is your main color, and then you have your roaches. And the roaches are able to come out in pairs of 4 onto all of your different colonies, and you just spread and spread and spread. And on top of that, when the roaches die, they go back onto the card, so they're ready to come back again and just respawn constantly. Next up is the Horde from Cosmic Alliance. Somewhat similar to the Roach, but in this case with the Horde, you have little Horde tokens, and they act the same kind of way though, where when you put them out, then they count as a ship. But when they die, they're just sort of discarded, and they can potentially come back, but maybe they won't, who knows. Next up is the Reserve. This is from the base set, and in this case, after the cards are revealed, then you are allowed to play anything that is at or below a 6, essentially as a regular reinforcements card, so it can add and add and add more to your side's total. Next up, Fodder, also from the base set, somewhat similar to the Reserve, but a little bit more specific, because the way this works is anytime you have attack cards that are between what your opponent played and what you played, you can play those and they are added to your side's total. So potentially this can be huge if you have a really large separation between the cards, and you can make it up relatively quickly, potentially. Last but not least is the Cavalry. This is from Cosmic Conflict, and it's kind of interesting because the way this works is you actually play 2 cards separately. You have your encounter, and then you have your secondary encounter. Your encounter card is your regular encounter card that gets flipped over and revealed. Your secondary is one that can potentially be added if both of them are attack cards. If one is an attack, if your encounter card is an attack card and your secondary is a negotiate, and you lose, then you still get compensation. If your regular encounter is a negotiation and you play an attack as your secondary, then you automatically lose because you played a negotiate. So it's kind of interesting because you're calling in the cavalry, and will the cavalry be helpful? Maybe. It depends on how much attack you have. So that's going to be it for this particular video. Like I said, it's kind of interesting because these are all ones that involve bringing more and more and more. It's different types of reinforcements, or different styles of getting reinforcements, using different types of cards for reinforcements, all of this kind of thing. Not to mention the craziness of the Roach and having a completely separate color that represents more power. But with that, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you next time.